Really amazing. The sheer depth these players have, the experience paying off. Great work with the pistols around those smokes. It was a tough spot for Astralis. Whatever they chose to do, they chose to push, and Ethan would just about finish off the job. EG winning that fourth fight. And you can see what it means to them. The M4A4 is coming out, the FAMAS, the new and improved shiny French gun. And there's a UMP for tarik. But look at the buy from Astralis. Ooh. With the Krieg. Oh, no, abandoned ship,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess they didn't get the timing they wanted for that. They didn't want to force it like we saw Avangard try to do the other day. It didn't work out for them.
It's a new way to abuse the Krieg. That would have been amusing to watch, but maybe it'll happen later on.
That seems like with that release of energy there, that got me hyped up as well. That's pretty epic. You can see the tension for both teams is running high, that's for sure, in this situation. This map, the winner of this map will go to the grand finals of ECS Season 8. And what a grand finals it could be. Now, lost the position here towards the bathrooms for Astralis. They've got a good chunk of map control. And you can see that Evil Geniuses don't want to challenge too much because they feel as though Astralis will have limitations on utility, which means that when Astralis try to take a bomb site, it will be a weaker version of a bomb site take. And that's what they're counting on.
37 seconds. The numbers game coming in for Astralis, but there's going to be a lot of EG players to deal with. Stands in a tight spot if Long is compromised, and indeed dupreeh is creeping. CeRq will take out Magisk to start off the proceeding. Smokes are up on the side. That's a very forward smoke causing lots of problems. Tarik, Stanislaw, everyone activating for Evil Geniuses. Glaven's effects will die in stereo fashion, and EG take the lead on the last map.
All right. It feels like Ethan created a wave for EG, and they are riding that wave right now. They're looking like they are growing with strength. Obviously, it wasn't a great buy for Astralis, but just the way that Evil Geniuses didn't lose a single player. Having rounds like this definitely, not only does it, of course, build money, which is great, but it builds confidence too. And that money is going to be translated if they are able to win this round clean. In Evil Geniuses having the chance to take aggressive risks, and if they lose out money because of those risks turning sour, they can rebuy without issue, and that's a huge benefit on the CT side of Overpass.
Nice work from Tarik. Team played, flashbang towards a short weak position. Clears the area, that's a lot of information. Could be in trouble, he'll get traded. Not the worst weapon to be collected in the EG point of view, but Ethan must be careful. He gets his bell rung, falling back with the M4, has support from Brehze. They have nice position, especially with a man advantage. If he goes up those stairs, you can hear players running in connector from that position. That's something to be aware of for those of you at home. From this position, you're running around in connector, you can be heard.
I think Brehze might have heard at least a rotation up the ladder earlier on. Either way, the positioning is pretty ideal for Evil Geniuses. You can see CeRq is spotting aggressively, and he actually gets the headshot. That is best case scenario with this position. He's really looking for the information, but there it is, the flank triggered, and it doesn't really seem as though there's anything for CeRq to do, anywhere for him to go.
38 seconds to die. Album coming 2020. 3-1 for Evil Geniuses. They lose one player. That is acceptable. 4,000 plus for Astralis. They'll be back on the buy. The AKs are coming out, as is a CeRq for device. They might be light on grenades, though. The money's not perfect. We'll see what they intend for their opponents of Evil Geniuses. We've seen decoys purchased here and there. We've seen Glaive here. He's picked up a decoy, but I do wonder if he has an intention for it, because it is money wasted otherwise. Can be used as a fake flash. On rare, very rare occasion, you might see a sniper use it to suggest they're taking a shot to bait a peek. Still in hand at the moment. Astralis quickly taking control of party. They've got the smokes up towards toilets and divider, taking the strong angles away from the CTs and forcing them back.
5 grenades left for Astralis, a team that we talk so much about when it comes to utility usage, and they've got such few bits and bobs in that category to work with. Run boost here in lieu of a flashbang, and they'll make their presence soon known. It's a two-man setup being established there with CeRq going close. It's such a strong... This position for CeRq is extremely strong. It looks like he's going to go aggressive, though, with the flashbang. There's the peak, but they're at distance. That's not ideal for CeRq. Now they know he's here. He's going to try to back away. This is very tricky. Can he get out of position? He dinks device, but he does get taken out. And that setup has not worked at all for Evil Geniuses. And it's 40 seconds to go, and here comes Astralis.
I believe that was 2 different weapons they heard on long, which is some information. 2 players in that long area, rather than it being the same player peeking twice. Looks like they're going to go for a boost to try and stop the bomb plant. That won't work out. Tarik taken out immediately. 3 versus 5 now from the EG POV. They've all got defuse kits, but now there's just 2 of them. No kills just yet. The spray being attempted. Oh, here we go. 17 seconds. Now suddenly everything swings in EG's favour. Almost 10 seconds to plant the bomb. 2 versus 2. How on earth can they do this? Brehze has the angle, but now maybe there's a chance. Ethan, does he go for a spray? CeRq has got most of his health. He's creeping instead, looking for the trade fragger. Device is 14 HP. There it is. He's taken out Zipex, reloading just in time. Shadow advantage. Zipex goes towards the left for Ethan, but he goes towards the right, and that will be the second round for Astralis.
Oh, so close. Ethan, I love that he actually pre-aimed that headshot position as well. So dangerous. Just guessed wrong on the last engagement, which happens, and this combo there from Ethan and Brehze was phenomenal. They almost won just with the time alone. Brehze, you can see in that spot, not sure which way the next opponent is coming, and Ethan nearly making it possible here against Zipex. And there we go. A round picked up by Astralis, and already, James, it feels much more back and forth this game here. The forward incendiary will be Molotovs. Sorry, will be smokes, that is. And looks like actually Evil Geniuses will just push regardless. They've got all the information here with this setup. There's a timing though. There's a really big timing for Astralis. If they attack right now, there will not be enough players here to defend. And that's a really surprising entry. Ethan's left alive to spray through, and he gets 2, but is it enough?
The surge into the B bomb site. There's a chance to plant the bomb. Device clears the water. Graffiti is a question mark. Throws the bomb to his teammate as he can hold position. There's a molly for Glaive. A flash for Device. There's a flank for Stan. CeRq looking around, looking for a target. Who's going to make a forward play first? Oh, the molly, he thinks that maybe the T is still on the site. Flashbangs to the low ground. He won't see the reposition. Stan's been patient. Now there's a 3 versus 2. He can show presence while the rest of EG hunt. CeRq looking for the jiggling, and there's a delivering a kill onto Device. That leaves Zipex in a 1 versus 2. So he's won by the pillar, but CeRq will finish him off with a wallbang. And EG are back to winning ways. 4-2 on the CT side of Overpass.
Great effort, Ethan, again. He's really standing up in this game so far. That double that he got, it's obviously not an easy one to get in when you're on your own, but that was just enough damage to get them into a good position where they're favorable on the retake, and here it is. There's the 1, there's the 2. CeRq is just being CeRq right now, James, and oh my god, that is great, isn't it? What a shot from CeRq. He's happy. A little dance as well.
Wow, he's been in the club. 4-2,
and for the first time in this best of 3, it feels like Astralis are the ones struggling.
Balcony smoke, I think, from Glaive. Looks like there'll be a push. Flash from Ethan. Might be good for 2. No, just the 1. tarik maybe trying to support in connector, but he's taken out by Device. 3 versus 3 very quickly. Brehze has to hold his position. Spots 1 in connector, but how much does he want to hold on to this? Oh my god, he just got deleted by Device. Is he hacking? That was all in the face. 3v2. The bomb still in control for Astralis. Device, though, he could get taken out here if Stan checks at the right time. Creeping towards the A bomb site. Has been spotted, 14 HP. Zipex is the one carrying the bomb though, and he's heading towards B, so Device is the potential collateral damage. He can be sacrificed on A as he pulls the CTs out of position.
That's a really big kill. Device can't survive, and now all they have to worry about is this B bomb side. Evil Geniuses. CeRq and Stan coming through. They're both attacking from the low grounds here, and we'll see if Zipex can deal with that. He's going to be in this close position, so there is a setup for Glaive and Zipex to play off each other. This is very doable, especially with the AWP going close. It is CeRq though. We know that he's good in these close range engagements, as he is in the long range engagements, and there we go. Glaive gets the first one. CeRq has the most ridiculous shots to connect if he wants to pull this one off, and he might get the first, but the second is going to be nigh on impossible, and the time is really against him. He's going to second guess it and just fall back here. There's no chance to get that bomb defused, or even any kills at this point. Astralis with a great answer for Evil Geniuses.
It's so early on Overpass, but all these rounds are just swinging back and forth. It feels so close between both sides. It is already delivering in that respect. But the bank won't deliver for EG in this round. CeRq, every frag is a highlight for CeRq. He holds on to the AWP for now. Attack timeout from Astralis. What will their strat be? We'll see what EG do with their money around this AWP. There will be an investment, a big one actually. There'll be a few smoke grenades, but the main output has to be CeRq here, surely.
Yeah, indeed. He is looking so good right now. It's been so encouraging to see just the confidence and just the spirits have been lifted so immensely for Evil Geniuses. As soon as we got to Overpass, it felt like it was just a completely different game. And you can see that, I think that's the first frustration we've seen out of Astralis' side of things. So, yeah, really seeing a big difference here, and tarik will drop the smoke there. And playing anti-flash with the scout. It's not an easy spot to play, that's for sure, with a scout. CeRq moving his AWP around. He's playing towards the monster tunnel at the moment. Trying to keep things unpredictable. I think this is probably one of the more, or the less predictable spots to see CeRq at this point. He's going to get tagged there. I think that was before he even took the shot.
Astralis looking to swarm the bomb site. Brehze doesn't switch on the grenades. Nice work, slightly slows them down. A lot of information. An extra second or two for rotation. But Astralis have not committed just yet. They're still just poking into the choke points. Apart from Zipex, of course, we can see how deep he is looking for something. Device taking the bomb through Monster now as more utility comes flying through. So close to Astralis, but who will have the better time of things now once the variance begins? Bomb being planted, Zipex looking to cover. CT staying by the water. The bomb site split in two. Stanislaw gets split in two. And that's the man advantage. He goes from bad to worse for EG. Peppering from Ethan, but he can't get anything done. And the score is tied. 4 Kriegs on deck, 3 and the M4A4 for dupreeh on B. 2 rounds in a row for Astralis. And indeed, EG should be on the eco now.
Yeah, I think credit to Astralis here. They had such a. I mean, it's the protocols that they have in taking this B bomb site were really clear in this round, where you see that they get the initial entries, the CTs make their counterplay, and then Astralis have a very coordinated way to kind of wait out the counterplay before then reasserting themselves onto the site. And it's just done in such a clean and coordinated manner that's just very impressive. That could have gone a lot worse for them. And here's the setup here from Evil Geniuses, going aggressive long in Fountain. But you can see that Astralis are waiting for it. They understand that this is a strong possibility, and Device is already going to spot one. If he sees one along, there's probably more somewhere nearby. And dupreeh will make his way forwards. What is that run boost? It's actually going to work out for Stan. He gets the pick off onto Device, but it is short-lived. The successes of Evil Geniuses there, and we move to the next round as Astralis claim the lead and go 5-4.
Back on the buy once more. CeRq takes a moment and then buys the AWP with no Kevlar. Plenty of range to be had around the toilets where you can avoid most of the nasty grenades. Often you'll find that Molotov flying towards the Viola, but that can easily be avoided at least with a retreat. Astralis far better equipped in terms of utility and so on. Kriegs are out, of course. Initial harassment, an answer from the CTs, but nothing lethal done just yet. CeRq towards long with the AWP, but quickly retreating after taking out Device. An early 5 versus 4 for EG, and he'll try to keep them surprised as he rotates his bomb to look, rotates his AWP, sorry, to look towards Divider. This is a nice angle. You can go deeper as well and see people coming out of connector, but he will play the safer approach where he can fall back. Stand with an off angle inside the toilet, but he gets popped by Device, and now CeRq's got problems.
Yes, it's going to be interesting to see if he can keep them at arm's length there. He does drop the smoke onto the bathrooms to slow the approach. And the quick jump spot to long as well. So often the position and AWP's in, just having to try to hold things down by themselves, get information, slow the flow, find good timings to go for peaks, and then at the same time, don't walk into an angle that's being held. It's a dangerous dance, but one that CeRq is used to dancing, and we'll see now Astralis in position. At least Glaive's in position. Magisk is creeping up long, as is the bomb. So, 30 seconds to go, and here they go as well. Evil Geniuses are ready.
30 soon becomes 20 in terms of time to plant the bomb. Optimus, such a strong position. There's the shadow, but look at that 180. How on earth has that happened? Surely that could have been a frag. Optimus, a safer plant to avoid a flank kill. Post plant, Astralis 3 versus 2. Brehze and Ethan, they're not carrying any kits. Ethan looking for a flank. Will they actually go for it? Doesn't seem likely. Outmaneuvered. That 180 on the side was unreal. Yeah, so important to hold Optimus to get that default plant. You can't even spray them through smokes as well. But the fashion in which they did it is kind of heartbreaking for EG.
Yeah, it's like Glaive pulled the linchpin out of the round for Evil Geniuses. If that frag is had and that position is held, there is even still a plan in it for Astralis, but it's significantly more difficult. There would have at least been time for the EG players and Ethan and Brehze to rotate to help. But yeah, great kill from Glaive. CeRq doing what he can from the long position. Oh, Glaive's looking so good in this round.
That is ridiculous. Oh, you see the reaction as well. He 180s on his mouse pad. Then there's that slight adjustment. He knows what was possible had that not happened. That is an exceptional play from Glaive.
Yeah.
You can't really account for that.
Here we go.
Here we go. Oh, there we go. But that's information. What will the response be? They know there's at least 4 players all in the same position, but EG will fall back rather than push forwards. Apart from Stanislaw, with a Nova, of all things.
Yeah.
That's the situation we're in. There's a Nova out for EG on Overpass in round number 11.
Yeah, you can see the one push player was in connector, so that's unfortunate for EG. The one spot they chose to push was the one spot that was held. Stan is just stuck there. Oh, the transfer from Ethan is phenomenal, and that is going to really tip the scales towards Evil Geniuses here, because as a minute to go, there's no map control for Astralis at the moment. Although that said, CeRq only has an Eagle, and Ethan's creeping for the flank. He's going to hear the running here. Ethan might find an incredible play on the flank.
Well, look at the
rotation. Check for this.
The play is the communication. EG moving towards the B bomb site now, and with his knife out, he will catch up to these players to some degree. They might even line up towards Monster. Actually, I think they'll get through before he gets there, but EG are expecting, oh boy, he could really run distraction now. He doesn't even need to fight to the death. There's one taken out. The presence will be enough. He gets traded through the wall. What? 2 versus 2, 30 seconds. Surely Astralis know what is up now with that flank. They have to know the CTs are on the side. There's one in the water. Device looking up top, but they're already down the bottom. He sees the head. Pop! And now it's just CeRq with the Deagle. 1 versus 2. Do they know how close he could be? Seems like it. Not sure if he's been seen just yet. Maybe the gun is sticking out a little bit. In the water will Device be, and there's another round for Astralis. They had the flank. Things look difficult with that early play from Astralis. Look difficult for EG. But again, it's very back and forth in the middle of all these rounds. But this one goes the way of Astralis once again. Wow. Great effort from Ethan as well.
Yeah, that's so epic. He's so unlucky to get caught here. And Device just goes for the straight wallback. That is so sick. Device has been incredible in this series so far. Really, when he's needed, he shows up. CeRq, they're going for a peek here with this AWP early into the round towards Fountain. You've got to be so careful with those. If you die in those 4 spots, oh my god!
Watch out!
The triple HE not find the kill, but Ethan does get taken down to 39 HP. So Astralis in the early damage exchanges, especially now, are definitely an advantage. Magisk goes down towards the B side.
Again, great decision making from Stan. Spots a play coming out of connector, but it doesn't mean he has to fight to the death. Takes one shot and just falls back. Repositions. He can use the real estate to his advantage, but they've got to get something at some point, EG, because it's a 4 versus 5. They need information. If they could put 3 players in the right place, that would at least be something. There's a minute for Astralis to play with, off angle from Stan. He's got to be careful. Caught with a grenade in his hand. Had no idea how close Glaive was. Glaive just crept into the peak, and that's a bad peak for Glaive because his shadow comes out first, but again he just caught Stan at the right time. CeRq looking inside, Astralis on the outside.
Yeah, there was nowhere for Stan to go. He needed the smoke, such a catch-22 situation. CeRq though, this is the CeRq we're talking about over towards bathrooms, but he'll be denied it seems because a quick rotation towards B. Oh, Brehze might find a timing. Oh no, how does Glaive pull that one off? He had a nade in his hand. Brehze can't get the kill quickly enough, and now Tarik's just sitting there in the open looking for the jewels from Graffiti. He's going to find a jewel. He wins the first one, but the trade is there. CeRq needs to get something. He can't get anything. He needed to get one earlier, and now it's 1v3, and he's going to get forced out of the side. He needs to keep the AWP in his hands. He needs to bring that into the next round. Their money is gone. They do have max loss bonus, but of course they will not be able to purchase the AWP again in the following rounds. Pretty much every angle is taken care of here by Astralis, so CeRq, he has to respect that. And it looks like he, again, oh my god. Well, you know what, it's CeRq. He doesn't have to respect a goddamn thing. Glaive, however, is looking to remove that AWP from his hands, and I feel like Glaive might have his number here. Glaive is creeping in. He sees the barrel, and there it is. Glaive with a better angle. Not going to take the AWP. 8 rounds for Astralis. It's crazy, James, because it really, like, a few rounds ago, it felt like Evil Geniuses had so much momentum, but they've really been... They've just not really found anything for quite a long time now.
Even though a lot of these rounds have been on a knife edge, it is 6 rounds in a row for Astralis. Maximum loss bonus will be of no comfort to Evil Geniuses with 4 rounds on the board. They take a tactical timeout. They have, well, their money's all over the place, actually, so this is a pretty bad spot for them. Being frustrated by Astralis, even when there are flickers of brilliance from individuals that spray transfer from Ethan in that short B position, is just not enough to take the round. Again, just exceptional play from Astralis. The warbang on the flank, just ridiculous scenes here on Overpass from Astralis. And it's good for double the score of the 4 of Evil Geniuses. And dupreeh brings out the P90. This is a rare weapon in professional Counter-Strike. And I feel like this, in a way, is psychological warfare versus other, like you could take a MAC-10 or something like that. But the P90 is just rude.
It is very effective, though, on the B-bomb side. As a tool for entry fracking. Fast rate of fire, loads of bullets. Just hold down mouse 1 as he's blind, is squawking out. There's the reload, though. And it looks like it will be the B-bomb side for Astralis without any issue. And he wants that stat, James. He wants to be that one guy that bought the 1 P90 in this tournament.
Psychological warfare. Just holding down the mouse 1 button like it's a pedal. Using the P90 as it should be. And everybody's taken out. Just frustrating Evil Geniuses, and Astralis move to 9 now. 7 rounds in a row as we start to close out the first half.
Yeah, it's looking really good here for Astralis, isn't it? We just can't keep him down. It's just, it seemed like EG's momentum was so short-lived. 3 Kriegs and AWP. Just dupreeh with the AK. CeRq, we're going to see much from him. It seems like, you know, to be honest, Astralis have been avoiding CeRq pretty effectively in the early stages of the round, but here he goes. Stanislaw's really taking a lot of damage, but there's a damage returned by the HE. An aggressive setup here for EG. They want some value early in this round, and they may not find it. Device has the boost. This could be devastating. Doesn't find anything, though.
Yeah. Oh, so close, but he's being baited into more CTs. Do they realize that there are 3 players towards there? I mean, Device is standing around with the bomb. He's got to rotate because the rest of his team are into the B bomb side. I think they realize that they've got a numbers advantage, but that bomb has to join them as well. They need the frags as the first one. There is the second. It's a long journey for Device, but there's no one to stop him. 4 players now in the B bomb side for Astralis. A great response to the action from EG towards the playground.
I have to say, there's too few teams at the top level that have a response time as quick as that, because it's just there's a strong chance that they've pushed with they've got a 2 or 3 on an aggressive setup there, and so that's such a great move to make after they actually spotted it as well, after they lost Magisk. And EG, that's the problem as well. Like you do get punished if you're playing a team like Astralis. You can get punished so hard when they get that information. You just get outmaneuvered so quickly. Such great communication from the Danes. I would love to have an insight as to like how their comms works and how they communicate, how they prioritize their comms and everything else like that.
I think the more work you do offline, the easier the comms get in the game. CeRq with a kill at the last second there, but it won't matter for Astralis because they have plenty of money for this last round. It will be a maximum buy from them. So Glaive spotted both, and dupreeh dealt with the last one on that B-bomb side. So what do EG have to take into this last round? Seems their CT side has been solved by Astralis again. A period of adjustment, absorption of information at the beginning, and yes, there's been back and forths and things in the rounds, but every round after that's been won by Astralis. So many in a row, and they look to add to that tally in the last round of the first half. 3 players charging in a short B position. There's a gap in the smoke, which is going to be of great advantage. 3 players lost for Astralis, EG trying to hold.
Really hammering that B-bomb side again and again. Astralis, Stanislaw on the other end of the smoke. He's not going to allow an easy or at least a free entry through that. And And now it's just CeRq, 1 versus 3. He's got a minute and 20 seconds. He's got the bomb. Although, he needs to pick up the bomb, but he's soon to have the bomb. And there are plays to be made here for CeRq. If anybody can find a way to win a round like this, it is CeRq.
1 minute on the clock. Some harassment from up top. He will hear that rotation. Whatever value it has. It's a long rotation actually, circling all the way towards the A site. Again, he can just play from the bank position and stop across to the site, but CeRq is still jiggling towards B. 45 seconds on the clock. It starts to creep now. But this will be real hard for him. Strong disadvantage. Oh, he comes flying through the tunnel, but it will be a 5th round for EG. They have a chance, a small chance, but a chance in that second half, and that second half comes after this break.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first semi-finals of today between Astralis and Evil Geniuses here at the ECS Season 8 Finals in Arlington, Texas. And Evil Geniuses, it felt like finally we could talk about them in a positive light, that it wasn't just a story of immense struggle, but it feels like it's reverted back to the immense struggle once again. Astralis taking a commanding lead going into the second half, 10 rounds to play with on the CT side of Overpass. That has to feel good.
Can EG turn around their pistol round fortunes yet more? Stan on the grenades once again. Brehze and tarik with decoys. One has been deployed. There is another one. Device will fall back. Charging down the long position. But the bomb will hold in position by playground with Stan. Sending out his information seekers. We have Ethan towards B, keeping the CTs honest, though Glave's having a look towards short B, not seeing much of anything, and indeed we have that play down connector, but will they open the door? Astralis didn't, but maybe EG will.
I think Glaive just about perhaps heard that one. He's going to spot it at least towards Monster, just waiting for his teammate by the Monster tunnel. It's all about Magisk coming in on the flank. He's got the silence USP. It will take a while, has to be precise. There's the first one. Now they spotted him as they try to deal with him. The bomb is down on the ground and they're getting sandwiched here. It's just Brehze left and he'll come back from behind and it's going to be difficult now. He does take down Magisk, but There's 3 more around the bomb. This is looking simply impossible. And Brehze, it's going to have to be the ace as well. So this would be quite the highlight.
Creeping through Monster. Double barrel play. There's a bait situation. So if one goes down, surely the other will have a master play. 30 seconds. He won't check barrels again. Surely he won't. CeRq is just sitting there. Excellent play from Astralis. The bait and switch. And that will secure the pistol round for them. They make it to 11.
So sneaky. So sneaky. Magisk did what he needed to do. And that's going to absolutely foil the chances of EG once again on these pistols. They cannot catch a single break, it feels like, on these pistol rounds. Astralis will be up against a force buy, however. Very interesting to see a force buy. You don't normally see it when there's not a bomb plant. We'll see what they can do with it. Just one Galil. It's still pretty damn strong, even without the plant, due to the economy change. And Astralis will likely not be expecting it.
Fast-moving Evil Genius is looking to abuse the CZs at close range. dupreeh could be in a flanking position towards long. He's got device with the rifle for support for the time being. Smokes towards the A site as Astralis seek information. dupreeh moving back towards the side rather than going for that flank. And again, it might be another bait. So that's a transfer with the FAMAS is fantastic. Will there be a bomb plant? It's a long reload, and Ethan's looking for the second fragger, but he can't do anything about it. Tarik now standing in the smoke in a 1 versus 4. Can he at least make it expensive for Astralis? There is one looking around. There's so many targets. Just the 2 kills, no bomb plant for Evil Geniuses. 12-5 Astralis. You start to wonder if they can be stopped.
Yeah, it's really a shame that we saw this commitment to just going for a plant immediately for front bathrooms, as opposed to kind of maybe taking a different route to clear the side or something like that. But they were feeling such a sense of urgency in terms of the timing. They wanted to get the plant down immediately, and it's hard to blame them. And we'll see the monster smoke from CeRq. It looks like Astralis will take 3 players down towards the A side of the map, which features Magisk playing connector. dupreeh goes aggressive on Fountain. They know there's nothing towards the A side of the map here. They have a read that it's going to be B. They've got all the information. Right now, Evil Geniuses just have to rush in, and there's just nothing that they have to work with. They're going to get mowed down here by the superior weapons from the Danes. And there it is, nice and quick. 13-5. Astralis, 3 rounds away from the grand finals.
A mere 3 rounds away, but there's weaponry coming up for Evil Geniuses, and they are not done with this game just yet. We've seen him turn halves around already in this series. A big fight back on you. Can they do the same on Overpass? You can see how close the score was in the second map. Now we move to a dire situation for them once again. It has not been easy at any stage of this series. A lot of utility thrown towards B. A fast play into Monster, 3-man on road. The CT's forced back into familiar territory, into the water. Can they split the site though? We've got Tarik creeping in the smoke. Glaive looking around. That's a nice snap from him. CeRq still up as well. Glaive with multi-frags now. And there's just 2 EG plays remaining. CeRq just charging through that Rambo. The transfer is there, but not a frag. Brehze in a 1 versus 2. He's got plenty of time. Doesn't have to focus on the bomb plant, but he will go for it. We've got device on the balcony, can't quite see him just yet. Brehze looking for the flanker, has no idea where the player is just yet. Almost, but not quite. Round 14 for Astralis.
It doesn't seem like they can be stopped, and even though the record against Astralis for Evil Geniuses has been very strong of late, it doesn't seem like that has phased Astralis even in the slightest. It seems only to have empowered them against Evil Geniuses in this instance. Attack with a nice opening, but Glaive, this play around the smoke, he gets the first kill obviously, but then just the anticipation, the first few bullets tagging up Tarik to soften him up before finishing him off. Just amazing stuff. CeRq swinging through like Rambo indeed. It's just crazy what Astralis are bringing to bear in this one.
Evil Geniuses still have another bite, but the gap just closes and closes, and Astralis get closer and closer to the grand finals. 3 AK-47s on deck for Evil Geniuses. They've got the scope of the Krieg, and there's just no mercy from Astralis. dupreeh all the way through playing. I think he might have been spotted. Vice taken out, but Brehze will be taken as well. There it is. He's just so good. Looking for a multi-frag again, but it's a fast 3 versus 3. These rounds are getting out of control.
Speaking of which, dupreeh's in a very forward position. Yes, I was about to say, is Ethan checking for that? Looks like they understand that he is here. CeRq is coming in from the back as well. It's a matter of time till CeRq gets an angle on this position. And now dupreeh's trying to bait one for the other, but it's going to be CeRq and Ethan to win the battle. And that's a 3 versus 2. They've got an advantage here, decisive advantage. Glaive trying to win that battle against the Krieg. Long range, not going to happen. He's actually dropping the smoke there as well. He knows that he can't escape to the side, so he's going to play that position. It's do or die there for Glaive, and Magisk is really out of position here. He's no help right now.
Oh my God.
How the hell has he found the kills, James?
Glaive, what are you doing? That is an annoying position as well, and I have no idea where Magisk is. He's still pretty much in the same position, only now just going up connector. So what do Evil Geniuses do? Do they move their way down towards the B bomb site? It seems they do with the time they have on the clock. So Astralis are going to have a long jog to B. We see Glaive is the only man with a kit at the moment, but again, I have no idea where Magisk was. He was so patient in that connector position, but look at just a big brain from the Astralis making their way back. Oh, they're going to dump the incendiary on the site as well, but there's a smoke just in time. That's a big HE though. Ethan is low. They might line up in the smoke for him. This is so nervous. Tarik trying to quickly go past, but he'll take it, leaving Ethan in a 1 versus 2. He's looking for Glaive, but they're coming from the same position. There's a smoke and a kit. And I don't think, well, we'll see if he can do this. They haven't crossed just yet. They're so patient. They don't know if he's rotating through Monster. But Ethan keeps going deeper. If they touch that bomb, he might not get a chance. Is it planted for him? I think it is. They're looking for him. That clock is ticking now, taking a long time. That's the defuse get taken out. Magisk has time to collect it, surely, and defuse the bomb. He hasn't picked up the kit. Where's the kit? Where's the kit? He had a kit. He must have fallen down. Oh, no!
And just like that, Evil Geniuses somehow managed to win this round. But if you rewind, James, if we rewind, we're in this situation where it's a 3 versus 1, where Glaive is trapped on long. Here, by himself, he finds that kill against the Krieg through a lamppost, and somehow they turn it into a winnable situation where they look like, where they actually get all the kills. It's unbelievable.
I can only imagine that Glaive's defuse kit. Oh, it slid down. You see it? It slid down into the water. Oh no, because normally it's just standing on the body, but it slid down the other side to the right. Oh, it's down there somewhere. We can't even find it. Where's it gone? Where's the kit gone?
And here we go, another aggression coming out from Astralis. They've got so many rounds to play with here, and they're going to be using those to the great effect as they get 2 kills on either side of the map. What the hell do you do to answer this? Oh my God, Evil Geniuses are in a terrible position. They are forced to push into B. There's no other answer right now, and Astralis will be able to read this.
Could the kit have gone like into the floor or something, like a smoke?
I don't know.
It just disappeared. But anyway, Astralis are once again, like they have been pretty much every game, they're in a strong position. The bombs dropped once more. Tarik's in a 1 versus 5 to avoid match point. The rotation begins for Astralis, and they'll lose no one in this round. Looking like Goliath, Astralis. 9 rounds in a row required for EG, and they've got about $3,000 per person.
Yeah, there's so much to try to overcome. And every time it feels like EG are just about to get rolling, their momentum just gets crushed immediately by Astralis. You can see Evil Genius is only with 1 successful round in this second half. And Astralis are 1 round away from winning this one now. It's the force by dupreeh will toss in the HE. That's going to do a little bit of damage to stanislaw, and they're going to go quickly. It may be the case that they're looking to take Bathroom's control in a surprising fashion here. Just going contact, not going for flashes or anything like that. Nothing to give their positions away. It's going to be a big surprise for dupreeh when they finally arrive into the bathrooms, I think.
As you can see, the shadows will favour the CT angle of dupreeh. Shadows leaning inside to the toilets. But dupreeh has left his position. EG will creep. Device will search. A grenade starts to sail in. Last chance saloon for EG. That's not a too shabby HG grenade. dupreeh goes through the smoke. There will be a trade though. But can EG keep the numbers to their advantage? 4 versus 4 if they look to plant the bomb once again.
Device with some space to work with. The plant will be secured, but can they hold the bomb site? They don't have the weapon. They're losing numbers. Good defense from Brehze. More is needed though as he gets taken down by Magisk. The UMP's working out here. Just Ethan left. He is the only man standing. He's running out of bullets. 11 bullets left in the Mag 10, and that's Ipex with the kill. That's Astralis with Evil Geniuses defeated. That is such a good result. James, there was never a doubt in this series. They look strong from start to finish. They simply outclassed Evil Geniuses.
That was an amazing performance from Astralis. They delivered with strength from map 1 to map 2 to map 3. Even in defeat, they looked very, very dangerous in that second map. And they're in the grand final. There's more danger to come from Astralis. Looking lethal from one side of the table to the other. Some excellent plays from them, excellent individual plays. The team play, the utility, everything on point as usual. Absolute dominance from Astralis.